Hello everyone, I'm Francesco Galati and this is my presentation for the PhD Thesis Madness program. The work I'm presenting has been conducted at Eurecom under the supervision of Professor Maria Zuluaga. Our premise is that medical image segmentation methods are often trained under unrealistic conditions, which we summarized in 4 points inside this table. The first point is that the labels required for training are not fully available, but limited to one source. The second is that data from different regions is not identically distributed, but suffers from distribution shifts. The third is that data is not centralized inside one large dataset, but scattered across institutions. Finally, these institutions cannot communicate freely, but they must comply with privacy constraints. The goal of my PhD was to achieve robustness against the limitations I just explained. In a first journal paper published in 2022, we showed this plot to highlight the symptoms of performance stagnation and poor robustness in cardiac segmentation. We can see in this plot how accuracy increases after the advent of deep learning, but then stops and even drops in 2021. That happened during the multi-center, multi-vendor and multi-disease segmentation challenge, whose goal was to expose the participants to some of the 4 problems I just explained to you. To solve our 4 problems, we started from a technique called domain adaptation, which allows to transfer knowledge from fully labeled source domains to a target domain with few or no labels. In this figure you can see how it's possible to segment a target image by combining source segmentation with image-to-image translation. This only solves the first problem of limited annotations. To solve the second one, the problem of domain shifts, we presented a novel framework at BMVC last year. In this work, we highlight how disentanglement is a must in order to solve domain adaptation when distribution gap is very large. Finally, this year I'm presenting here at MICCAI another novel framework which brings our problem into a multicentric setting. In this scenario, federated learning is used in a first step to build a multimodal data factory, which embeds a shared latent representation across all the institutions. Then, in a second step, any center can perform domain adaptation asynchronously and without accessing to external data. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to reach out if you are interested in learning more about these topics.